May 28, 2015, from the America Bank Center in Corpus Christi, Texas. It was Elimination Chamber on the WWE Network. And to start off the event, the official show, we had the six-man Elimination Chamber Tag Team Championship match, the first of its kind. And so we started off with the Lucha Dragons and the Ascensions in the ring as the other four teams were locked in pods. So then Kalisto, he ended up getting stuck on top of one of the pods. This New Day ended up holding him from the inside as his leg was caught. And Tyson, Kid, and Cesaro were the third team to enter this match, the first team out of the pod. And Cesaro ended up doing a pretty impressive uppercut to Kalisto, who was still stuck on top of the pod. Cesaro then did a super duper plex off the top of the pod to Kalisto. It was pretty crazy. Kid and Cesaro were just beating the crap out of the Lucha Dragons. Now they turned their attention to the Ascension. Victor was beating on Kid while Cesaro was taking care of Connor and then saved Kid. The Los Matadores, they were the fourth team to enter the match, the second team out of the pod. El Torito was with them. Kalisto then climbed to the top of the cage upside down, and he ended up dropping down from the top of the cage onto everyone below. El Torito ended up doing the same thing moments later as he climbed up to the top of the cage, but he got caught by the Ascension. So the Ascension would end up getting the first pinfall on Los Matadores. So they tossed El Torito into him, and so Los Matadores was eliminated before all six teams had even entered this match, as New Day and the Primetime Players were still locked in their pods. So in the Ascension, right after eliminating Los Matadores, they ended up eliminating the Lucha Dragons shortly thereafter by way of the Fall of Man. And so then it was just the Brass Ring Club and the Ascension in the ring as the Primetime Players and the New Day were still locked in those pods. The Primetime Players were the next team to come out, so they're the fifth team in the match, the third team released, and so the only team still locked in a cage, well, in a pod, was the New Day. So the New Day ended up getting the good drawing in their favor as they're the champions. And so now you had the three teams going at it in the ring. Cesaro was going for a gut wrench off the top rope on Darren Young, and Titus O'Neil ended up coming over and he powerbombed Cesaro as he was gut wrench suplexing Young. It was crazy. It was an awesome spot. So then the New Day finally got in the match as they were the last team to be released, and now both teams, the Primetime Players and Kid and Cesaro, ended up teaming up on the New Day, and they suplexed all three New Day members at the same time. Cesaro and Kid then locked Xavier Woods back into the pod. Darren Young then eliminated Kid and Cesaro by rolling up Cesaro after they did the big swing and to the drop kick to, I think it was Kofi Kingston. So then the New Day and Primetime Players were the only teams left in the match. The New Day then put Titus O'Neil's head into the chain link fence. Well, it's not even chain link fence. It's just like the links of chains that make up the fence, as they trapped his head into that structure that is the Elimination Chamber. But then Darren Young ended up sending Big E into the pod face first, as he ended up getting out of the way as Big E was charging at him. Titus ended up getting loose and he was tearing it up, just beating on everybody. Darren Young then hit Kofi with those knees, and it looked like the Primetime Players were about to win, but Kofi kicked out. Big E then ended up overhead belly to suplexing Darren Young onto the Elimination Chamber's unforgiving surface, and then he went in the ring after Titus power slammed Big E, and then Langston ended up kicking out. Woods then came off the top rope at O'Neil. He caught him in midair, but then Big E took Titus O'Neil's knee out, and then Kofi hit him with the Trouble in Paradise, and then all three men covered O'Neil, and it was 1, 2, 3. The New Day wins. So New Day retains their WWE Tag Team Championships at Elimination Chamber in the first ever Elimination Chamber Tag Team Championship match. And it was crazy. There was a lot of big, huge, high spots. It was nuts. It was insane. I was hoping Kid and Cesaro would end up with the belts, but it was a good match. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And New Day, I mean, if Kid and Cesaro aren't going to get it, then I'm kind of glad New Day kept it. Although, like I said, I wish Kid and Cesaro got the match. I kind of thought it was whack the way they got eliminated. Like, they just did their big move, and then just, Young comes up and rolls up Cesaro and eliminates him. That's what I think anyway. But overall, I would say it was a good match. It was entertaining. It lived up to the hype. They had some crazy stuff there with Kalisto and El Torito even. Climbing up on top of the cage, and then the super duper plex and that gut wrench suplex, the power bomb is crazy. So it was a pretty cool match overall. I enjoyed it, like I said. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Definitely interested to read your opinions. Did you enjoy the match? Did you think it was a good thing that New Day won? Were you going for Kid and Cesaro like me? Maybe you were going for the Primetime Players or Ascension or Los Matadors or maybe the Lucha Dragons. Either way, let me know in the comment section. Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for listening.